Linda Williamson, and today we're talking with the new Director of Operations for the Township of Schreiber, Tammy Ibey. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Linda.
Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been in these parts for quite some time, well, my whole life. Born in Manitowoc, raised in Marathon. I've been at Nays now for 20 plus years, so I've explored all of this North Shore and just love the area.
What was it like growing up in this area?
Well, actually, my family was very much outdoor people, so we spent a lot of time fishing, hunting, camping. I have two sisters, and we just, every weekend we were in the bush doing something. I've carried on that passion with me as I grew up and even into my adulthood. I've done a lot of bear baiting, bear outfitting, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So any kind of exploring, any kind of, bush activity that I can be part of, I just love it. And that was a really big part of us even buying Nays and moving to Nays. Just love the outdoors and love talking to people and introducing them to the rich history in this area. And we've made pamphlets to help the visitors come, because a lot of the really cool history items are not published, and it's a well-kept secret. Things like Mink Creek Falls, it's just a spot along the highway, but definitely worth stopping to see the sights. So we've just, enjoyed over the years welcoming strangers into this area, showing them the beauty of it. It really is a beauty that we take for granted. So I embrace it, and I just love to share it.
Who was your inspiration as you were growing up?
Oh my goodness, I would have to say my dad. We were three girls in my family. I was the tomboy of the bunch, and I was forever in his back pocket. I remember looking at, childhood pictures, and I'm always crouched down right beside my dad and couldn't get close enough to the project. So Dad was he worked in oil burning, and then he was the maintenance man for the school board for a lot of years. So he was really a jack of all trades. I mean, and very particular at everything he did. So, you know what? Today I can do a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of electrical. I'm right out there. That's just the stuff that I love to do. I couldn't follow him enough so he's definitely an inspiration to me. And then my mom is definitely not a quitter. So, if there was ever a challenge in life, I get my persistence from her for sure, that I can always do better and achieve goals. And we were always encouraged as kids to, didn't matter what it was, reach for the stars and be the best you can be, and learn what you can learn. And if it doesn't work out, you still have that knowledge to walk away with. So my parents are definitely an inspiration to me.
Oh, that's great. Can you tell us about your relationship with your children?
Sure. Actually, my son was very much the same as I was as a kid. So he followed my dad around a lot, and he, as I did, got so much from Dad and learned so much. So Tyler's quite a handyman himself, actually. He now lives in Timmins. He has a beautiful little girl. So she's Madison is 5 now. My daughter actually still lives in Marathon. She's married and has triplets, 2 girls and a boy. So that's a very busy household. But my pride and joy, they are definitely my world. I would do anything for them. So we're very close. Even though Tyler lives away, we still stay in touch and definitely enjoy our family visits.
Yes, being a grandmother is like, I can't even put into words what it is. It's awesome.
It is. Being a grandparent is a feeling undescribable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would do anything for my grandkids, like anything.
Absolutely. Rules that apply to our kids certainly don't apply to grandkids.
Payback is awesome.
Actually, now that I have grandkids, I feel like a terrible mom, because money that I would never have spent on my kids it's gung ho for the grandkids.
Before coming to Schreiber, what did you do for a living?
I've done many different things over the years, but I've actually drilled down my expertise in just in recent years, probably the last 15 to 20 years. But I mean, I was a school bus driver, I was an office administrator. I've done all of those roles while I was raising my kids. And then once my kids were grown and gone, I developed a passion for roads and that sort of thing. So I went to TJ Mahoney School in Guelph and took several courses, and my passion just bloomed from there. And I got a role with the contracting company that was maintaining the highway at that time. And I escalated through the ranks in with that company pretty quick, actually. And I was able to make a significant difference on the highway and improving the maintenance portion of that. So it was a really proud moment, proud time for me, and it was just something that I really loved. I had an opportunity to work in a municipality setting, so I took that job, and that just sparked a whole new, element of the passion. Roads is definitely a large part of any municipality, but there was so much more to do and learn. So after I got involved in the municipality level, I started getting involved in getting water licenses and tickets and that sort of thing. So it's just something that flourishes in me. I have a firm understanding of how things work, and I just love being able to make a difference.
How did you end up in Schreiber?
My husband heard the job posted on CFNO and told me about it. When they posted that opening, I thought, oh, you know what, that'd be kind of fun, because at that time I was done with my municipal role, and I was back on the highway working with MTO, and again, still love that role, but the opportunity to work in municipality again was quite intriguing. So here I am.
Well, congratulations. We're lucky to have you. Can you tell us about your position in the township?
Well, I'm director of operations, and so far it's been really great. A really good crew that I work with. Lots of knowledge here. The biggest challenges right now is snow storage and sight lines, but there really isn't a whole lot of property in this municipality, so that's a challenge. But we're working on rectifying that and coming up with a plan. But it's been really fun. A lot of administrative roles and presenting to council and doing your homework and that sort of thing. So it's all stuff that I really enjoy doing. So some of the challenges that we're facing actually is our rolling stock is getting aged. And, it's been an ongoing thing that, because of the budget restrictions that the town of Schreiber faces, we always try and make that equipment last a little bit longer and try and get, a little bit more out of it. Consequently, what happens is 10 years later, we're kind of, all the equipment is about ready to fail now. So it's something that we have to start looking at and planning for the future to replace some of the equipment, because the repairs are starting to get pretty costly.
Is there any big projects that are in the works?
Yeah, we have a couple things on the go. It's really all dependent on grant money, if we get the grant money. The wastewater treatment plant requires an electrical upgrade badly, so we're really working towards that, and we're about ready to move forward in that respect. We also have the Ontario Street water main. We're hoping to reline that. So we've been in talks with some contractors to get ready for that. And we've applied for grant money for sidewalk infrastructure. So that grant is over a 5-year period. So under those terms, we'd be allowed to bank the money for the 5 years until we have the lump sum of money, and then hopefully we can replace most of the sidewalks in Schreiber. I haven't really seen them because they're all under snow, but I'm to understand that they're in pretty dire
Yes.
need of some attention. So we're looking forward to being able to do that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the position that you're working in is not something that I would ever be able to do or I would be interested in. And it's mainly a male-dominated career choice. What is that like?
Actually, it's a role that I thoroughly enjoy. The people that I work with in Schreiber are incredibly amazing. The public works crew is very knowledgeable. They're very efficient. I honestly can't believe what they accomplished with just 3 operators. And then, when I look at the recreation crew, again, patrons are happy using the facility, and that's a direct reflection of the operators that are working at the arena. So nothing but cooperation from this crew. Of course, through the years, there's been some challenges, but there is in any job. So it's just a matter of mindset and how you think about things and how you. I mean, I'm goal oriented, so you're always thinking about ways to make the situation better, to move forward. So I just really enjoy the challenge, and it's a job that I really enjoy. I love being able to make a difference and make things better. Work with people, and I've got education, I've got experience in the job, but when you deal with different people in different roles, just talking to the works and operations guys here, I learn always. If you listen and be part of the conversation, they have a lot to offer, and so it's just being open-minded and taking knowledge from each other and moving forward in a positive way.
Do you feel that you're a role model for young women that are considering this type of occupation?
It's not something that I think about too much, no. The role is right for me. In my past roles, when I worked on the highway, we used to run a driver training program. And originally, when we started that program, we targeted women. And we brought a lot of women on board and trained them to be DZ drivers. And it was a learning opportunity for them, and I was happy to be part of that process. So being a role model hasn't really crossed my mind. It's just I am who I am, and if I inspire somebody, then I'm happy that I could be part of their life and make a difference.
That's great.
So besides working with Public Works, I also work with the recreation staff, and bylaw is also under my umbrella. The office staff is amazing to work with. They're all very knowledgeable in what they do and very forthcoming with information. There are no silos in Schreiber. Everybody works together, and we're all a team, and we all work towards the same goal. So it's really a lot of fun. I've been working through policies and bylaws, and we've rewritten a few things, and that'll be going to council in the near future. So it's it's been really enlightening to go through a lot of the stuff and make things more efficient. That's part of what the issue is in Schreiber as well. Like, everybody complains about how wide we plow the roads in Schreiber, but you need that parking space.
Oh, definitely.
You need the snow storage. If we didn't push the snowbanks back as far as we did, we'd be hauling that much more.
Yeah.
And we just don't have the manpower or the equipment to do that kind of thing. It's small town, so
Yeah.
you do the best you can with what you have.
Exactly.
And the guys do an amazing job at staying on top of it.
Oh yeah, there's never been a problem. I don't know how many years now that, like the roads haven't been plowed, because they are.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
There's lots of times I get to town at 7 o'clock in the morning and they've got it cleaned up already.
Yeah.
Like they really are amazing. Corey watches the roads very carefully, and he calls his crew out and they're on it, So that's very different from my past role, because I was directly linked with the crew and giving the directions to the crew, whereas Corey does that here with this crew, and I'm just a layer in the puzzle sort of thing. So they do an amazing job.
They do, and especially downtown. I remember for years you'd have to walk over a snowbank to get to the post office or wherever you were going, and now, Corey does an amazing job.
Oh
cleaning
yeah,
that
for
right up.
sure. Yeah, that's one of the things that I've been involved in, discovery hearings and litigations and that kind of thing. So that's where my mind goes to a lot of times is liabilities and being proactive rather than reactive. And so the one area is in front of the medical center over there, and people want the snowbank to be gone, but there's quite a ramp up to the sidewalk right there, and I'm told that it's interlocking bricks. I haven't actually seen it in the summer yet, but I mean, it's nothing but a slip hazard, where you have the wheelchair ramp right beside that, which is, provides, it's sanded, a good spot to walk up to the door sort of thing, but people are either climbing over the snowbank or walking down that plowed hill. So I'm always very concerned about that kind of stuff. So I just, it's just that kind of thing that I'm always looking at, like liabilities and being proactive, staying on top of things. So that's actually what we're working on right now is putting GPS units in all of the equipment. You can do that very cheap, and it can prove when we've been out snow plowing. So, for example, if I get a phone call saying that my road hasn't been plowed all day today, where's the plows at? I can go on the computer and say, no, the plow's actually been on that road like 3 times today. It's just the weather.
Yeah.
We've done everything that we can do to make it as safe as we can, but sometimes Mother Nature wins, right? So we're in the process of getting cameras and dash cameras and GPS units for all of the equipment, which will also help with the insurance rates. So trying to get the insurance rates down for taxpayers and that kind of thing.
Obviously, there's a lot more to your role than many of us thought, and we want to thank you for coming and sharing your time with us, and Schreiber is very lucky to have you part of our community.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.